Hey, good morning, everybody. So we are expecting some beautiful weather here in the state of Washington. And, whenever it's a nice sunny weekend, generally speaking, most people don't like to stay indoors and we like to take advantage and actually go for a hike. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. And so for today, we will be visiting a place called Heather Lake, which is located in the Granite Falls region. And from my experience, or rather from my informational research, the hike is only going to it's about a 5.4 mile round trip hike with an elevation gain of about 1,300 feet. But I do want to mention that the road to get to Heather Lake can be a little bit of a challenge because you're going to be taking what's called the Mount Pilchuck Access Road. And if you take a look at some of the potholes that are located on the road, you do need to have a generally high clearance vehicle in order to make it safely up towards the trailhead. So what we ended up doing instead, let me just stop for a second. So what we ended up doing instead is just basically parking a little bit before we started hitting these massive potholes, because I don't want my car to get stuck, or rather I don't want my car to get damaged from all of these different potholes and sizes of the potholes. So go ahead and park and start making our way up towards the trailhead. So it's hard to talk and walk at the same time. So let's get to the trailhead and let's talk a little bit more about what we're expecting today. All right, guys, so we finally made it to the trailhead, and from where I parked to basically where the trailhead starts, it only took us about a 5-10 minute walk. And the one thing you're gonna notice is that even at some point, is that let's say you do have a high clearance vehicle, the actual parking lot to the trailhead itself is closed, mainly due to the fact that there's actually a downed tree blocking your path. So unless you got like a complete 4x4 or something and you just gotta go over the tree, you're not gonna make it. So just go ahead and find a parking spot somewhere and make your way towards the trailhead. So we've been hiking for about 30 minutes so far, and I just have to say, gorgeous, gorgeous hike. The first thing you're gonna notice is that when you're making your way up towards the trailhead, you can see a lot of these like miniature water streams. They're just so beautiful, and you can definitely tell that's coming from the lake itself. And the other thing I do want to mention is that the green, it's just green everywhere you walk. It kind of reminds me of the place called the Whole Rainforest over at the Olympic National Park. If you guys have never been there before, really, really cool place to go check out, but just lovely. And the one thing I love about hiking in Washington is when you take a deep breath, you just feel that cool breeze. It feels like you're cleansing and purifying the soul, the spirit, the body. It just feels so great. So yeah, we're gonna continue to make our way up. And so I forget to mention, as far as equipment is concerned, guys, the trailhead is actually pretty like snow free, so you won't necessarily need your micro spikes or your snowshoes. There are a couple of areas where you might have to cross a little bit like a water crossing, very mild. Definitely can be done without waterproof shoes, but I would highly recommend just bring them anyways, primarily for comfort and just all of that good stuff. At some point, you're gonna come to an area where it might look like it branches up a little bit or it branches down. You want to make sure you continue to make your way down towards the mountain, even though it kind of looks like you're going the wrong way. Make sure you make your way down instead of going up, and you continue to make your way down towards the trailhead. Hey, what's up everybody? So we finally made it to Heather Lake, and the hike itself was actually pretty easy. It took us about an hour and a half to actually get to the actual lake from the trailhead itself. Even actually from the parking lot, didn't only take us too long. Gorgeous hike, I have to say. The one nice thing I love about just hiking again in the wintertime, just peace and quiet. That's the one thing that we get to appreciate when we go hiking. Like, I love to just be away from all the notifications, the sounds of just everything, right? The city life, and just get away a little bit and just be here. Just peace, quiet, serenity. When you just like close your eyes and you hear nothing but just the wind blowing along the mountains, the trees. It's so majestic, it's so serene, and I love it. So initially, I mentioned earlier that you might not need micro spikes, and again, you actually don't necessarily need micro spikes, although it does make traversing the trailhead a lot more easier, particularly at a certain point you're going to get to where it just becomes basically snowpacked all the way through. And just because of the fact that the ice has been here for quite a little bit of time already, the snow is pretty hard packed, and as a result it might be a little slippery. So again, not necessarily needed, but it definitely makes things a lot easier traversing up your way towards Heather Lake. And the one nice thing about this hike as well is it's a little bit far away from Seattle, so there's not really a lot of people here. So when you actually make it to the trailhead, again, it's about give or take 11:54 right now as I'm checking my watch. You could actually count how many people there are here. It's only about give or take 8 to 10 people here, and really nice, really quiet. We made our way up towards the lake a little bit. We set a little nice blanket here, and it's just kind of nice to be in a little flat area and just be sitting actually on top of the lake. It's pretty hard packed, so I'm not really too worried about us sinking and falling into the water. So it's really fantastic. And so, in a little bit of a philosophical thing here, I want to say is that the one thing I love about hiking is just that sense of accomplishment you feel. Like when you set yourself out to go ahead and do something, and when you actually make it, you kind of feel like I made it, I accomplished something, and this feels really good. And that's one of the reasons why I really love going hiking. It just you set a goal and you make it, right? You set the goal to hike 5 miles, 6 miles, to either a summit hike or in our case a lake hike, and you just make it, and you just sit back, you relax, gonna have a little bit of a snack break, have our tea, and just really enjoy just being surrounded by this beautiful just ring of just mountains encompassing this entire area. It's simply amazing. So I just want to say, yeah, pretty easy hikes. If you guys are not really familiarized with hiking, with snow hiking in particular, Head Lake is actually a hike where everyone can actually do. 2.1 mile round, 2.1 mile one-way hike. It's about a 1,200 foot elevation gain. It was very easy in my opinion. So if this is something you're looking to get into as far as like snow hiking, and whether like, can I do this? Yes you can. So anyways guys, all right, so make sure you guys make a comment, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.